Golem effect, work, couple, getting around it, what is it? The Golem effect translates the idea that an individual's performance decreases if someone in authority belittles them. At school, at work, in love life. Concrete examples and advice from Dr. Beatrice Maletra, Doctor of Psychology, to cancel out this negative effect. The Golem effect, the negative counterpart of the Pygmalion effect, translates into poorer performance following a potential judged as inferior by an authority, a parent, a teacher, a boss, etc. The idea that this authority has of us is internalized and transcribed by ourselves into reality. This phenomenon was first studied in so-called underprivileged school environments. Indeed, teachers presupposed that children from these backgrounds did less well than others and transmitted this negative belief to them. The Golem effect involves harmful consequences whether at school, at work or in the couple. VS is what? What is its origin? What is its impact in management? How to become aware of it and circumvent it? Definition. What is the Golem effect? The Golem effect translates the idea that what others think of us will influence us. We will imagine that what they think of us may be real even though it is false, indicates Dr. Maletra. We are talking about self-fulfilling prophecies. In other words, if someone you look up to thinks you are bad at something, you will be bad. A negative prophecy will lead the individual to obtain worse results than what he is capable of. The Golem effect curbs the potential of the individual, specifies the psychologist. For the Golem effect to work, there has to be some form of affiliation, or that the person who thinks something of you is an ascendant, hierarchical, moral, etc. Without a bond of trust or subordination, the opinion of the other does not count. The author of the Golem effect is not aware of what he is doing and its impact, otherwise it becomes harassment and manipulation. Most have internalized a belief, something that cannot be given up and questioned by definition, a shortcut of thought which made sense at a given moment but which today is being put in place automatically, recalls Dr. Maletra. What the other thinks of us will influence us. What is the origin of the Golem effect? The golem is a creature from Jewish legends. It is created from scratch to serve and defend its master. He is not complete because he is unable to speak or has no free will. Its name comes from the Hebrew, in which it means embryo, formless or unfinished. The Golem effect in the psychological sense of the term has its roots in social influences, social construction and the environment in which we live. We all have beliefs, true and false, right and wrong, marked by television, books, events, the weight of history, etc., continues the specialist. For example, traditionally, children from disadvantaged school backgrounds did less well for socio-economic reasons, and this has today mutated into an implicit belief, which is however not necessarily the case. What is the impact of the Golem effect at school? Experiments have shown that students perceived as intelligent and good students by their teachers will tend to have better grades than those considered dunces. Biases unconsciously influence our reactions and the messages we convey to others. Work. What is the impact of the Golem effect in management? The Golem effect at work occurs if a superior belittles his subordinates and the latter internalize what their boss says and thinks of them. If a manager constantly belittles his collaborators by telling them that they will not succeed, that they are not autonomous, if he checks everything that each member of his team does, then they will not be autonomous, illustrates the psychologist. They will internalize their professional failure, their lack of skills, and perform tasks below their real abilities. Furthermore, if the boss groans all the time, the employees will tend to groan as well. What is the Golem effect in the couple? It's the negative placebo effect. I don't think it will work, so it doesn't work, underlines our expert. If your spouse says to you, for example, you don't know how to be organized, given the value given to the latter's words, then you will say to yourself, he's right. I don't know how to be organized, and you will interpret each element that may point in the direction of this statement as a sign proving that he is right in thinking that about you. If a teacher tells a child that he is good for nothing, the parents must counterbalance to cancel the Golem effect. What is the Golem effect, for example? An example in the couple. Your spouse tells you that you are messy, that you do not know how to tidy the house. You interpret the slightest sign of pen in the wrong place as justification for his assertion and accept the fact of being messy even though your house is rather tidy. An example at the nursery. A study carried out in a nursery revealed that the behavior of the employees differed towards boys than girls. Male children were therefore internalizing that they deserved less hugs. This is the result of conditioned unconscious beliefs, develops Dr. Maletra. How to bypass the Golem effect? First, you have to know that this phenomenon exists. Once we are aware of it, we circumvent it by knowing how to adjust our expectations to the demand of the environment, advises the psychologist. At work, if a supervisor is belittling, the environment is unhealthy, you have to keep confidence in your abilities and change jobs. The pernicious effect is the interpretation of